Meghan has always had this very, very strange fascination with Soho House, very much this weird obsession with it.
Without Markus Anderson, I hope to prove to you in this video that Meghan Markle wouldn't have the level of global fame that she enjoys now.
Back in her early days, she was totally reliant on Soho House to pay for her travel, to pay for her accommodation.
Jeffrey Epstein was also Harvey Weinstein, very prominent. There were members. Meghan Markle was just one of the working girls for Soho House. Call girl, working girl, escort, whatever you want to call it. That's what she was.
Markus started off at Soho House London as a waiter, and he was a global membership director when he first met Meghan.
Once a Soho House basic, always a Soho House basic.
He is like a parasite, always lurking in their shadow. No normal family has a constant third wheel, male or female, leeching onto their every move. Markus is practically glued to them.
You know, this is what Meghan has been doing. She's a piece of Klingon, you know, like she clings to somebody who can get her there. So Meghan manages to befriend one person of a very popular group, and then that person introduces her to the others. And because that she's being brought in by somebody they trust, she's welcome in.
Now, his job was to go to a new city wherever they were opening up a new Soho House, and his job was to find the best and the brightest of that city to invite to the founding members party. And they didn't just invite anybody. To be a founding member, you really had to be somebody in the social scene of the city where they were opening up.
Meghan Markle only becomes prominent for Soho House, guys, after she starts being on Suits and she's introduced to Markus Anderson. And then she gets more consistent and more prominent work, okay? Because then she could be in the presence of Markus Anderson.
So the next time that we really spot Markus on the radar is he's sitting next to Meghan at the opening ceremony of the Invictus Games. And it's amazing when you look at that footage back, because you realise just how far Prince Harry has dropped.
It was supposed to be just another calm, picture-perfect week in Montecito. Harry and Meghan living their California fantasy, smiling for cameras, showing off their love, launching new projects, filming for Netflix, all while pretending life was a flawless dream. But behind those golden gates, something was about to crack wide open, because the one man who's always been quietly in the background, Markus Anderson, the man who made their story possible, is suddenly in the spotlight for all the wrong reasons. Markus, Meghan's so-called ride-or-die friend, that connector, the fixer, the silent guardian, has allegedly broken his silence. And it's not whispers anymore, it's full-blown leaks, coming straight from the very circles Meghan thought she'd buried forever. Soho House. Real names, real people, real secrets. Reports say Markus is finally done keeping quiet, and if even a fraction of what he's sharing is true, the fairy tale Meghan sold to the world is about to turn into a scandal darker than anyone imagined. Because this isn't just about gossip, this is about the foundation of Meghan's story, the one she built her fame, her marriage, and her entire brand on. And the man who helped her climb that ladder, he might now be the one pulling it out from under her. So buckle up, because the same Markus who introduced Meghan to Prince Harry might also be the one to destroy the image she worked so hard to protect.
More importantly, how her curated public image should be. Harry really apparently just wants time alone, doesn't want to be filmed, doesn't want to be put on social media, but has no choice.
Here's why this is so explosive. Markus Anderson isn't just another friend. He was the gatekeeper to Meghan's past, especially the part she doesn't ever want discussed. During her Suits years in Toronto, Meghan wasn't just hanging out at Soho House. She was deeply part of that world. Markus was the man running it all, the global membership director. He controlled who entered those doors, who mingled with who, and who gained access to power. And Meghan? She was right beside him, always smiling, always networking, always knowing exactly where to be. Even royal author Katie Nicholl confirmed it. When Harry first wanted to meet Meghan, he didn't go to her directly. He went to Markus. Markus arranged everything. A quiet Soho House meeting, private and perfectly curated. That's where it all began. But now everyone's asking, if Markus arranged that, what else did he arrange for Meghan before that fateful royal introduction?
Markus Anderson is very unique in the Meghan Markle Disposable Friends series because Markus is indispensable. Without Markus Anderson, I hope to prove to you in this video that Meghan Markle wouldn't have the level of global fame that she enjoys now, or infamy, depends how you look at it.
Because Meghan wasn't just a casual guest at Soho House, she was part of the fabric. She flaunted her friendship with Markus all over her old blog, The Tig, calling him her loving, supportive, endlessly fun best friend. She posted photos from luxury yachts and exclusive getaways, always looking effortless and free, but never explaining how she got there or who paid for those glamorous escapes. Now insiders claim Markus is tired of being erased. He's tired of being cropped out of Netflix documentaries, tired of being hidden behind heart emojis in Disneyland photos, tired of protecting secrets while Meghan cashes in. And apparently, he's ready to talk, ready to spill every detail she thought would stay buried.
Been very sort of moved by Meghan Markle's story, simply because he liked her story. I mean, that's really how they became friends. You know, whatever she told him about how she wanted to become big, famous, wealthy, all of that sort of stuff, well, that really connected with Mark.
According to one insider, Markus knows where all the bodies are buried. He saw everything. He allegedly managed the connections Meghan never wanted Harry to know existed. The leaks he's allegedly sharing now? A client list. Real names of powerful men Meghan was linked to during her Soho House years. Sources claim it details who paid for what, who funded luxury vacations, who arranged the yacht trips, and who opened the career doors that somehow always swung open for her at the perfect time.
4-year-old, when we play imaginary play, she gets all the jams out the cupboard and lays them all on the table, and I get the fake money and pretend to buy them. Meghan is doing imaginary play, but she's doing it with Markus.
Reports suggest Markus kept meticulous records, because that's what Soho House executives do. Every meeting, every introduction, every event, it's all logged. And allegedly, Meghan's name appears alongside some of the world's most influential men. Men she called friends while she was publicly painting herself as a hard-working actress. One source was brutally honest. These weren't friendships, they were transactions. Meghan offered charm and connections, they offered money, power, and access. Now, let's be clear, this list hasn't been verified. No documents have surfaced, no outlet has published it officially, but the whispers are deafening. Online, in royal circles, on gossip forums, the conversation is everywhere, and the timeline, it fits too neatly to ignore. So why now? Why, after years of silence, is Markus allegedly speaking out? Sources say there are 3 big reasons. First, Meghan has completely erased him from her narrative. The man who introduced her to her prince doesn't exist in her Netflix specials or interviews. He's invisible, and that's a deep betrayal. Second, Soho House went public on the stock market. When that happens, scrutiny follows. People start asking uncomfortable questions about how the club really operated. And third, and maybe most painfully, Markus is reportedly tired of watching Meghan play the victim, tired of seeing her act blindsided by royal life when he knows she planned every move years in advance. People close to the situation say Markus has enough. One insider allegedly said he's done protecting someone who rewrites history. He's reportedly furious that Meghan continues to build her brand while pretending her rise was pure coincidence. He saw everything, every calculated step, every relationship she leveraged. Another source claims Markus feels used, left behind, and silenced while Meghan cashes in on the version of events he knows isn't true. And allegedly, he's got receipts, photos, messages, maybe even documents. Everything Meghan thought was buried might be about to surface. The whispers even name 3 groups of people allegedly on that client list: wealthy Toronto businessmen, international billionaires who owned the yachts Meghan flaunted, and then, the most controversial layer, names supposedly connected to wider elite networks, some allegedly overlapping with circles tied to Epstein and Maxwell during that same era. Again, none of this is proven, but the implications are devastating. One insider put it bluntly: if these names ever come out, Meghan's entire brand collapses. The relatable actress story dies, the victim narrative ends. And now the focus shifts to Harry, because for Prince Harry, this isn't just gossip, it's heartbreak. Sources claim he's devastated by what he's hearing. He thought he knew Meghan's story, the struggling actress who got lucky, fell in love, and built a new life. But now, with talk of client lists and calculated introductions, he's allegedly questioning everything. They say he's become quieter, withdrawn, avoiding the spotlight. He reportedly spends hours alone, going through old photos, rereading messages, wondering what was real and what was performance. One source murmured, "It's like watching a man realize he gave up everything for someone who never needed saving, someone who was always in control." And as the leaks grow, another shocking connection surfaces, a rumored overlap between Marcus, Meghan, and Omid Scobie, who reportedly dated Marcus around the same time Meghan and Marcus were close friends. The tangled web suddenly looks much messier. Because Marcus's alleged leaks aren't just about Meghan, they shine a harsh light on Soho House itself. What was it really? A creative hub for artists and celebrities, or an elite matchmaking network for the rich and the ambitious? Reports describe it as a quiet playground where deals and introductions happened in the shadows. One source described it vividly. Marcus was the connector. He knew exactly who wanted what. Meghan wasn't just a guest, she was part of the operation. She knew how to charm men, and she knew how to spot other women who wanted that same access. She was the perfect face for it all. They say Meghan looked harmless, relatable, elegant, but behind that smile was strategy. She could play both sides, helping connect men with young women looking for opportunity. It wasn't just socializing, it was business disguised as glamour. And then there are the yachts. Those glossy photos from the Tig showing Meghan sunbathing on decks, sipping champagne, living a billionaire's life, all while being a humble actress. Insiders now claim those yachts weren't random. They allegedly belonged to Soho House members, men Marcus introduced her to. The so-called generous friends who funded her trips, sources say they were clients. The glamorous invites allegedly arranged exchanges, quiet, transactional, and carefully hidden. And when Meghan wiped the Tig clean right before her royal engagement, deleting every post, every trace of that life, sources claim she did it for one reason: to erase the evidence. She knew exactly what those photos showed. If anyone looked too closely, the story would crumble. But Marcus, he didn't delete anything. Allegedly, he kept it all: the receipts, the proof, the truth. Now, whispers say divorce rumors are getting louder. Not just tabloid talk, but from people close to Harry himself. They say he feels betrayed, cornered, humiliated, that the woman he thought he rescued was the one who orchestrated everything long before he entered the picture. One alleged insider revealed he's quietly speaking to lawyers, trying to protect his children while figuring out how to escape the web he's trapped in. Inside Montecito, sources describe chaos: emergency meetings, legal threats, desperate attempts to silence Marcus before he talks more. But it might already be too late, because if Marcus really does go public with proof, Meghan's empire could collapse overnight. No PR spin could fix it. No documentary could rewrite it. The fairy tale would end for good. And then the million-dollar question: what happens next? Maybe Marcus drops everything, releases the evidence, names names, exposes the truth behind Meghan's rise. Maybe he writes a tell-all. Or maybe Meghan's legal team throw every threat they can to stop him. Either way, the clock is ticking and everyone's watching. Because if this story is true, then the man who built Meghan's royal dream might also be the one to finally expose just how fake it really was. The keeper of her deepest secrets is allegedly done keeping them. And Prince Harry, the man who gave up